Alrighty, BoobTube's another one of Keeps Creeps. Now, here in the UK, we woke up to the news that the Chiners have hacked the UK army. So what's really going on then? Let's scratch beneath the surface of it all and see if we can figure out what's going on. So my favourite way to start the day, the BBC. Now, language is important. Listen to what they say and the allegations, because language matters.
Including a development in the last few minutes on that data breach.
That's right, John. The government says it suspects that China was behind the hack on a third-party payroll system used by the Ministry of Defence.
Oh fuck, there's a lot to take in there, right? They suspect. Right. See, for a government to come out and accuse another government or something like that, you wouldn't come out and say suspect. We get the evidence, but we're fairly sure it could be maybe possibly up to the reality of it is, and the nature of what's happened. Nobody knows who really done it. It could be a Russian sitting in China, it could be a Chinaman sitting in Russia, etc, etc. It could be a Uzbekistani sitting in Ethiopia. They just don't know. They just don't know. So, right, they're uncertain whether this thing's actually happened or not. Who fucking knows? But I'm starting to think, why was Xi Jinping in the press all day yesterday? China today, China yesterday. What was going on? Well, Xi Jinping is in Europe to try and make trade deals between Europe, EU, not us, not Britain, not America, over their electric vehicles. China are going to start spewing out electric vehicles like that. They've got everything they need. They can construct them cheaper, and they're just going to flood the market with their electric vehicles and take over the electric vehicle market. The West are scared about that. Thus you get the pushback against all the pushback you get against electric vehicles. Like, people hate electric vehicles and they don't even know why. So there's something else going on here. So the UK, who was left out in the cold with Xi Jinping's fucking wee trip over here, you know, he's doing deals with France, major player in the European Union. He's going to Serbia today. That's where he wants to get infrastructure for the One Belt One Road initiative to get the trains and the roads and the freight into Western Europe. And after that, Hungary as well. Again, these are the countries that have got very friendly proposals from working with China and Russia to facilitate trade through their countries into Europe as a whole, but more particularly Western Europe, where the cha-ching, and that's economically threatening. So China making deals with the European Union yesterday. You wake up this morning and they've hacked the UK. Well, the UK Ministry of Defence suspects it was China that breached a third-party company. Right, let's not even go into why the Ministry of Defence is passing off any sensitive information at all to any third-party company is beyond fucking me.
Personal data of some members of the UK Armed Forces was
stolen.
Members. Our chief political correspondent Henry Zeffman is in Westminster.
Stolen! Well, they were hardly stolen. People could get in and read them.
Henry, this development just coming in the last few moments.
That's right, Sally. When we spoke earlier, I said that the government wasn't going to identify a suspect. That's still the case. We won't hear from the government today about who.
When I told you earlier there was no suspect, it's still the case, although I'm going to say China a lot.
They think might have been behind this hack of armed forces data. But I understand that at the top of government, the culprit that they currently suspect is China. They believe that China was
the usual suspects.
Let's just recap what the breach was. Well, what they accessed, whoever these hackers were, was the armed forces payroll system. So that means
not even the mouthpiece for the UK institutions, for the intelligence services to the government, can bring themselves to openly say, aye, it was China. Because China will just go, evidence please, for making these accusations. Because let's not forget, we don't hack people. China, Russia, Iran, everybody else does. We just sit here and play our computer games.
Sort of what's being described as HMRC style data, things like names of tens of thousands of people who serve in 3 branches of the armed forces, but also bank details, and in a very limited, we think just a few number of cases, also their personal addresses. So what the government is going to do today is twofold. First, they're going to communicate with those affected.
Maybe Putin can send in the Russian intelligence officers to scoop up some more British citizens, you know, even ones with military training to go and join the Russian army. Maybe that's what Ming the Merciless is thinking about. So these details are on the open market now. Maybe Putler will put in a wee bid and start trolling the British army.
And reassure them, they hope, about how to protect their personal data, more about a risk of fraud than anything about personal safety. But they're also going to address MPs, and though...
So this could all be about making money. Not it's just coincidental that blame China.
They're not going to tell MPs.
What's more likely, Mr. Xi Jinping wanted to hack the UK, or make it obvious, or get caught hacking the UK the same day that he's in the European Union, or this is some sort of a bullshit put out with the UK intelligence services, probably MI6 and shit, to make China look bad while they're over here.
Who they think the culprit is. I think a lot of MPs will be urging the government to be tougher on China. Ian Duncan-Smith, the former Conservative leader,
more sanctions
on Twitter that this is yet another example of why the UK government must admit that China poses a systemic threat to the UK. Still not a lot of detail about this case, but I think that is where the debate is going.
Henry, thanks very much. At least 5 people have now died following the collapse of a 5-story building in South Africa.
So, woke up this morning feeling fine. Find out Xi Jinping was hacking the British army and it felt so fine. So there we go, get it, good. Don't think about the trade wars that are going on. Don't think about China leaps and bounds ahead of everywhere in 5G, which the UK successfully kicked out, the 5 Eyes. Give me your stuff, China. Thank you for giving us all your stuff. Now go away. That's what the 5 Eyes country's done. And now we're like fucking broke from the European Union. The European Union is moving closer to Russia and particularly China in the way of trade. China's expanding their One Belt and One Road initiative to basically take over the world trade-wise. And the UK and America have vested interests to make sure that don't happen. Thus, the world is at war. Boom. So, there's the China hacking the UK army. Or are they? Don't think about China leaps and bounds ahead in the electric car market and all that jazz. Okay, good morning folks. Remember, tune in live to your daily politics at 9 o'clock GMT. Get it, got it, good. Catches. Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.